Welcome and good evening here for Monday Night Madness with the Coast to Coast Racing League. Your normal guy, Marty Sakala, he's caught up in some real-life baseball broadcasting, I believe, or announcing. So he's going to join us here, maybe mid-race here, but hopefully by the sprint cars he'll be here. But once again, thank you for joining us here for Monday Night Madness. Big night ahead of us here. We're here in Williams Grove Speedway, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, about 15 minutes from my house. So I consider this kind of one of my home tracks between this and Lincoln. I'm kind of in the middle of them, but definitely a track that means a lot to me. That blue bridge you see him going under right now, that's gone now actually. They replaced it this year with a new bridge. It's I think about 8 feet taller. It's wider, so a little safer. That one is narrow if you wanted to get 2 lanes going. You could do it, but when you're a big boy like me, nobody wanted to walk by me. So the new bridge definitely appreciated and helps us get a good look here. But we're coming in race number 4 of the season right now. Got a pretty close battle up at the top of the points between Dylan Kinsey and Anthony Morano. We've got a little World of Outlaws action going on right now. Right now we're 3 races in, 3 different winners. So your guys there second in points, been pretty consistent. 3 top 5s this season. Has yet to pull off that win. You've got to keep an eye out on that Anthony Morano if he's here tonight. And I wouldn't see why he isn't. But I don't see him actually on the top lap time, so he could have joined in later. Maybe he isn't here tonight because they do some drop weeks, but we'll have to keep an eye on that. Our winners this season so far, Dylan Kinsey, he's your points leader, like I said. Logan Wentz, he's 5th in points, and then Michael Vitale, he's 6th in points. Everybody's pretty close. Right now there's an 11-point gap, and then down to the next person, it's going to be 17 points. So building it up a little bit. Dylan's going to be looking to have a smooth night, but Dylan is actually, he's another one who right now is not here. So right now our top 2 in points, I am not seeing. Oh wait, no, Anthony is here. Okay, he just hasn't left the pits yet. But Anthony is here, but I have to keep an eye out on everybody. But should be getting ready to go here right at the top of the hour. But make sure you stick around after this race because, like I say, we got sprint cars coming up, and they can either put on a great show here, or if we're being honest, it can kind of be a caution fest. But I'm not going to jinx us. Last season, we did go, I believe, caution-free here in the B series, and then 1 caution in the Renegade series. So got a lot to live up to if we want to carry that on. I know sometimes this track causes problems, but you're seeing now not really a lot of racing going on. The guys are kind of spread out, but you can tell just by looking at it, you know, the track is wide enough if you're respectful of your fellow driver. It's enough room to get stuff done. There is the man who is 2nd in points. So he is out there. Let me take a look again. Let me see if I see Dylan Kinsey. I do not see Dylan Kinsey, so he might be using that drop week tonight. So Anthony Morano is definitely hoping that he can steal the win tonight with the points leader being gone. I mean, you know, not ragging on the rest of the field, but when the points leader's gone, the competition is obviously down for that week. So if you're trying to steal a win, or you know, you're really trying to have a good points night, now's the night to do it. You need to capitalize when the big dogs are going. Let's take a lap actually. I'm on board with Jeff Parker. Normally when I go on board here, they decide enough's enough. They pull it into pits, so hopefully Jeff will give us a full lap here. Right now he's coming out of turn 4. You're gonna hear Jeff likes to run that bottom, so he drove in a little more aggressive than he probably would have liked. Car got sideways. You'll hear him, I bet, as we go into 1 on the next lap. They'll probably lift a little earlier. not try to get his sideways. He's 3 and 4. Much better job of keeping his feet under and not losing all that speed going sideways. Gets as close to the wall as he can because you don't want to pinch speed. And there we go. There's the recovery. I say Jeff is really smooth on the bottom. He's probably just trying something. But if anybody can make the bottom work, it's Jeff Barker. He's pretty consistent down there, and he'll go up top if he needs to, but definitely not in his wheelhouse. He likes to run the bottom of that track. Patrick Spangler, now that's kind of somebody, he will run the bottom, but I was just going to, okay, he's going to pull it in. So, yep, like I just said, ladies and gentlemen, that is what normally happens when we I was hoping he'd go in there and give us a view of the high side. Anthony Morano here, he's another guy. He likes to run the bottom like Jeff, so we probably won't get much high side showing out of him here in practice at this current track state, unless he happens to be listening and wants to please his fans out there and maybe give us a lap on the high side. These guys, they don't sit in their team discords that often here on this site. If they did, I'd pull some of them up, try to get a word with one of them. I don't see Dittmer out on the track right now, so I'm not going to pull him up for fear of just go back on board with Anthony. He's really going to push those limits. Jeff, yeah, you see there, he gets as close as he can. Jeff, like I say, he likes to run the bottom, but I'd like to say he's a little more conservative, whereas Anthony is going to pinch that thing in within a credit card's width of that wall and try to get all the speed out of it. You see, too, he's coming up. I believe that's his father. Anthony, oh no, Anthony's going to pull off. He might be trying to run down the old man. John's another one there. He's going to enter in the bottom, but you can hear the car, how much more aggressive he is on the throttle on corner entry. He really floated up there in the middle, not able to keep the feet under him and keep it planted close to that wall like Anthony was. And, you know, you may be able to see as the night goes on, you may see John's line end up, you know, working out. But right now, when these guys end up going to qualifying, I think you're going to see one or the other. You'll probably want to be stuck on that bottom glued like this 32 is about to do. Never mind, he'll make me look dumb, but we might get that high side. Or he's going out here to see what a real qualifying time is. Might have ran high in 3 and 4 to get that big run. And then, yeah, now he's going to dog it down on the bottom. Really slow it down. Shoulder around the track. Almost hits those tires there guarding that light pole. Gets real close to that backstretch track opening. That's where the big sprint car shows they can't always fit everybody in the infield. They have a second pit out there on the backstretch. And some guys will have to pull in. But as you see, Anthony scraping the front stretch wall. Get all that he can. Really wants that wide entry so he can keep it on the bottom. I mean, you're seeing about perfect laps here. He doesn't want to kiss that wall there either, so it's going to mess up his turn 3 entry. But I mean, if he is out here running laps like that all night, he is going to be a tough car to beat, and by far my favorite going in right now. I'm going to take a real quick break here, just hop over into commercial, and when they bring back up qualifying, we'll be right with you here in a minute. All right, we're back from a short little break here. Right now we're riding along Tyler Flynn. He's going to be coming out of turn 3 here to take the green flag here in qualifying. We're on board with him here. Going to get a little more sideways than he likes. He's definitely not going to be happy with that. And now Dean Reynolds coming to the line for his green flag. He's going to take that high approach. He's going to enter in high, keep it in the throttle a little harder. Let's listen here. See, Dean, when you run that high line, he's got to watch it. He got as close as he could without touching the wall and getting that 0x. If you hit the wall, your lap time doesn't count. And right now, that's going to put him in 4th place. Randy Shreve's in the 56, your fastest car right now. As soon as I say that, the 32 running the bottom. Quick time, 20.66. Samuel Bachman, P2 with a 20.84. See if we can find somebody still out there. Let's go with John Morano. Big improvement for John Morano there on that second lap. That is going to move him to P2 behind his son. He says, move over, young man, you know. I'm the one who taught you how to drive like this. Good lap for John. That's going to put him in a good starting position. Now Kelly Wheeler, as soon as I say that, Kelly Wheeler is going to move him off there. But that's going to be it for qualifying, and could get your starting grid for heat number 1. It's your starting grid here. It's going to be Kevin Fry on the pole. On the outside, the 213 of Michael Vitale. Inside of row number 2 is going to be the 107 of Samuel Bachman. Outside, the 32 and pole winner, Anthony Morano. Inside of row number 3 is going to be the 171 of Jake Henry. Outside is going to be the 713 of Jacob Brown. And last but not least, it's going to be the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer. Still not seeing Jacob Brown to the grid yet, so we might be in for one less car. Oh, as soon as I say that, that was a good making me look like an idiot. You don't want a car to miss the show, so good to see Jacob Brown make the grid in time. Seeing Kevin Fry pull low, maybe a possible EOL penalty. I'll have to see about that. Should be taking the green here this time by. Williams Grove's a pretty big track. They normally only do the 1 pace lap at these big boys, so have to keep an eye out on that pace car, see it's pulling in here. Have to keep an eye out. Samuel Bachman's going to be leading us to the green flag here.
Green, green, green.
Samuel Bachman with a great start. Michael Vitale kind of caught sleeping there on the outside. Allowed Jake Henry to get by. Jake Henry, big mover, up 3 spots already with the Kevin Fry OL. Same with Brandon Dittmer. Brandon Dittmer's going to work hard back here on Anthony Morano to try to get that 4th and final transfer stop. I do not believe we're going to need a B main tonight. I think everybody's in the show. That's where you're going to start the feature, so you're going to see them run hard. But right now, oh, contact! Morano, he had almost made it 3 wide, but got a little roughed up on his way up the track. Tough break for him. But Samuel Bachman, he loves this out front. He's trying, hoping that 2nd and 3rd start battling. But Michael Vitale, he is coming up on him quick. Let's ride on board here through 3 and 4. Gonna drive real hard into turn one. Gonna try to make up time, but as you see, Samuel Bachman, he's getting that faster exit speed. Sorry, getting a couple messages here. Where was I here? Vitaly, still trying to run him down. Pulling away from third place. Brandon Dittmer is pretty much secured fourth. Jake Henry all by him. And then as soon as I say that, little trouble, got in the wall a little bit. Anthony Morano had run these guys down, come back. A big battle for fourth between Kevin Fry, Anthony Morano, and Brandon Dittmer. White flag this time here. They're coming down the backstretch. Samuel Bachman should have no trouble from behind. As long as he has a good exit through four, as he does, he is going to take him to the checkered flag. Samuel Bachman is going to be your winner of Heat 1, followed by Michael Vitale, Jake Henry, Anthony Morano able to come back up to fourth, Brandon Dittmer fifth, Kevin Fry sixth, and Jacob Brown rounding out the field in seventh. Go ahead and bring up your grid here for heat number 2. Starting on the pole is going to be the 118 of Logan Wentz. On the outside, the 39. The high side dangler, Patrick Spangler. Sorry, I was having a blank on the nickname, Patrick. Or the high side banger. Why did I say dangler? Now you got two of them, Patrick. You might get a kick out of it. Inside of row number 2 is going to be the 011 of Randall Dixon. Outside, the 110 of Kelly Wheeler, followed by Jeff Barker on the inside of row number 3. Outside, Bob DeGood in the number 7. And rounding out the field is going to be Andrew Regal. Andrew, if I pronounced that wrong, hit me with a message. Comment on the broadcast. Let me know. I will correct myself. But I believe that looks pretty close. And hopefully it doesn't make you too mad. But good luck up here on your climb through the field, Andrew. I think right now, Logan Wentz, he's 100% got to be the guy to watch this race. That's who we have your camera on. Starting out front, Logan is always quick, but Patrick, the high side banger, we're going to say it correctly this time. He does love that high side. I tried to give you a view of that during practice, so we'll have to see if anybody can try anything up there right now. It's going to be Patrick here, as they're ready to play in the clay here in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. We're off. Patrick Spangler with a good start up top. Not really able to let him clear him too much, as he's going to be able to go for a crossover here. Patrick's got the preferred line now, I believe. Going down the backstretch, going to have force Logan up the track, but Logan's going to maybe shut the door a little bit on the entry of turn 3, and Patrick's going to think twice, back out, and live the race another day here. As now we got a battle for third between Randall Dixon and Kelly Wheeler. Randall Dixon all over the back of Kelly as we enter one. They're almost 3 wide on exit. Each of them have their own lanes right now. So much racing room here in Williams Grove. Randall Dixon having to lift out a little bit, as you see. He almost got into the fence. You hate to back out of the throttle, but you don't want to get in the wall and lose a second and a half. You'd rather lose a tenth and try to gain it back. Logan Wentz all by himself out front as the battle is for second. Kelly Wheeler will not let Patrick alone. He takes a look every chance he can. Tries to go up top, get a big run. Patrick, I told you he loves that high side. He may be a little too high right now as he gets up in the marbles in the middle of the corner. This is where your battle is at the moment. Also got a little battle here for fifth, as Bob DeGood was able to get by Jeff Barker. He wants those guys to keep mixing it up. Boggs wants to run those guys down. And now we are 2 to go. Logan, as he comes out of 4 this time, is looking for the white flag. Barring a big mistake from Logan, should have this locked up, able to take the pole position and secure it into a win. But Patrick, meanwhile, he's hoping to do the same with second, but he's got Kelly all over him. Let's take a look here. This is his last effort. Coming out of 4, is he going to be able to get a run? No, he's not. The winner's going to be Logan Wentz, followed by Patrick Spangler, Kelly Wheeler, Randall Dixon, Bob DeGood, Jeff Barker, and Andrew Regal is going to round out the field.
That was a fun one there, Shaggy.
Oh, what's up, Marty?
Hey, nothing much. Just preparing for Rebels here in just a bit. Well, you got this.
Yeah, man, perfect. The only thing you're gonna have to guide me through is here. Whenever we go to the mic mute, I've never transferred broadcasts with anyone, Marty. So you get to do it first with me and guide me through that.
Oh, it's easy. I'll show you.
But here's going to be your starting grid for heat number 3 is going to be Dean Reynolds on the pole. Outside of him is going to be Matt Schaefer in the 183. Inside of row number 2 is going to be Randy Shreves in the 56. On the outside is going to be your third place qualifier, John Morano in the 033. Last but not least, in your third row is going to be Harold Klump in the 555, and on his outside in the 831 is going to be Tyler Flynn.
I wonder what it's like for Dean to start next to a Verizon car when, before his Super Dirt Car Series days, he worked at AT&T.
Got to be a conflict of interest.
I think it is, so.
Yeah, Dean's going to be looking for a good start here as they're rolling out of 4. Once again, time to play in the clay here in Mechanicsburg, PA. Dean with a good start, but goes to the right a little bit, gets in the side of Matt Schaefer, but that's going to lock up first place for him as he enters turn 1.
The wrecking already behind them. Tyler Flynn, John Morano got together. I don't know if the car count's over 24 here tonight, Zach, so if it is, they're going to be in the B main.
Yeah, and I don't believe so because our points leader actually tonight isn't here, so he's going to have a drop week. We're missing a couple guys this week, maybe with the Easter holiday, I'd imagine. But meanwhile, Dean's not on a holiday. He was out all week at the racetrack, and now he's ready to win one on the racetrack. He's trying to increase that lead. Here's 2 laps in the books, and Dean's led both of them. Harold Klump's pretty much got 4th place locked down, as you're seeing the main battle on track is once again 3 guys for 1 spot.
Yeah, you see Schaefer get a little bit tight in the center of 3 and 4, but obviously the high side you get the advantage on corner exit. But this is a track where the draft can be key at times. Shreve's looking for that nice toe off of Schaefer.
Yeah, now we're seeing Dean experiment with a real high line there. Patrick Spengler was trying it in the last heat. Not too much luck when they were going way up there in the marbles, but maybe starting to kick in as we're seeing all the guys move up the track ladder.
Yeah, the high side, of course, is the place to be. You just see how slick it is down on the bottom. Nobody really wants to take a risk here, maybe except for Shreves, who tries the diamond 1 and 2. I think it worked just a little bit, but gonna have to do it at the right time, though.
Yeah, you really need that momentum, and now you see he tried it there a little too early. He's going to get pinched off, and here's they get the white flag, 1 to go. I don't know if he's going to be able to run him back down and go after second without a real big Hail Mary here going into P.
Yeah, it's going to be very tough. It looks like it's Schaefer that's going to take second and Klump finishing 4th. But out in front, it's Dino, Zach.
Yeah, Dean Reynolds able to lock it up. Going to start your feature in the 3rd position. Dean Reynolds in the 79 is going to win your Heat 3 event, followed by Matt Schaefer, Randy Shreves, Harold Klump, John Morano, and Tyler Flynn. All right, and we'll take a quick break here and run over to warm-ups, but we'll be back here in a couple minutes to bring you feature action. Thank you for joining us here on Monday Night Madness. And we're back here, Monday Night Madness. Zach Chapman here with Shaggy TV, getting ready to bring you your feature action. Right now, let's take a look at the warm-up times. Anthony Morano, your current fast time, followed by Samuel Bachman, Michael Vitale, Logan Wentz, and Randy Shreve. So top 5. So you should keep an eye out for those guys here in the feature. If you're watching in the chat, let us know who you're rooting for. Let us know who maybe you're not rooting for, but, you know, keep it PG. We like to keep it kid-friendly, so, you know, no call-out, stuff like that on the broadcast. So let's give you your starting grid here. On the pole is going to be the 107 of Samuel Bachman. On his outside in the 118 is going to be Logan Wentz. Inside of row number 2 is going to be the 79 of Dean Reynolds. His outside, the 213 of Michael Vitale. Inside of row number 3 is going to be the 39 of Patrick Spangler. To his outside is going to be the 183 of Matt Schaefer. Inside of row number 4 is the 171 of Jake Henry. To his outside, the 110 of Kelly Wheeler. Inside of row number 5 is going to be the Randy Shreve. To his outside, the man in second place in points, really trying to take that point lead over, with your point leader being gone tonight, is Anthony Morano. Inside of row number 6 is going to be the 011 of Randall Dixon. To his outside, the 555 of Harold Plum. Inside of row number 7, the 83 Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer. His outside, the number 7, Bob DeGood. Inside of row number 8 is going to be the 033 of John Morano. To his outside is going to be the 21 of Kevin Fry. Inside of to round out the field here, we'll just give you a quick rundown. They're starting to move. It's going to be Jeffrey Barker, Jacob Brown, Tyler Flynn, and Andrew Lee. Should get the 2 full pace laps here, but man, we should be set for a good one. Yeah, like I say, our points leader gone, not here tonight. Opens the door for a lot of people. 3 different winners through 3 races so far. Can we make it 4 of 4? I know Dean Reynolds, that guy in P3, he'd like to make it 4 of 4. Samuel Bachman hasn't won this year. Logan Wentz, he's won. Like I say, Michael Vitale, he's won. So if it's anybody other than Michael Vitale or Logan Wentz tonight, we're gonna go 4 for 4 on the year. The pace car is going to pull in this time by as they're going through 3 and 4. Samuel Bachman's going to be looking to lead him to the green flag. Coming out of turn 4, where would you rather be? Ready to play in the clay in Williams Grove, PA. Samuel Bachman with a good start on the outside, able to get a good run. Or Logan Wentz on the outside, able to get a good run on Samuel Bachman. Going to look to maybe take the lead here as we enter turn 3. Let's take a bigger look here. Dean Reynolds, big run off the high side, trying to make a look for P2. He can get there. He's in the preferred line. Dean's going to be able to carry this momentum. He just doesn't want to caution as he looks. He's got P2 going down the backstretch.
Once again, high side the place to be here, Zach. As we mentioned, and the man that's liking this right now, Logan Wentz, he gets to open up the gap. I don't think Reynolds had it at the line. I think the yellow flew before the caution came out.
Man, I gave him that commentator's curse, Marty, as it looks like we had a spin on the track with Andrew Regal. Let's go take a look at this thing. See Andrew in the 57 in that black car. He's got help from behind twice. He had to check up the first time to make sure he didn't get in the back of the other car. Let's see if we can't get a rear chase camera here. Right there's the first shot. He's got to lift so he doesn't get in him, and yeah, he got it again. So nothing he could do, Andrew. Tough break here in your first event with CTC. Does get better. But yeah, the the story there, too. I did give Dean the commentator's curse. Back to P3, so he's really going to be hoping here. It looks like, I think they should get the 1 to green this time by. It looks like Logan Wentz is going to choose the bottom. So Dean's going to look to get a good jump here behind your leader and hopefully clear Bachman, because I doubt Bachman makes that mistake twice and gives up the high side. Little light coming out of 4, and oh no, not the 1 to green yet. I don't know how to use my eyes. The lights were clearly still on the pace car, and it didn't pull off the track, so should be getting the 1 to green this time by. Logan's just doing the gentlemanly thing and showing the guys he wants to bottom early. That way they can all line up and not give anybody problems. But it threw me off because most people don't do it early.
So Wentz selected the bottom here for this restart. Be interested to see if he goes early here to make sure he clears Bachman and get a hold of the high side, or if Bachman times this well. We'll see.
Yeah, with how well he made the high side work, not even being the leader, I personally would have chose the high side, but Logan's twice the driver I am, so he's probably got a reason for it here as they're coming out of 4. He's going to get a good jump coming out of 4. Same for Dean Reynolds. Dean Reynolds might have P2 at the line.
Yeah, it's going to be close to call. We'll see. But trying a risky slide job here on Bachman, and the caution is back out.
Yeah, looking like Jake Henry, Bobby Good possibly. Go back. Try to give you another look at this.
They are hooked in turn number 2 right now. When you see the replay, I think Henry may have had a check up from Morano so he would avoid hitting him, and then that just led to a cluster.
Yeah, nothing Bob could really do there. Jake got in a little aggressive, got out of it, made sure didn't collect anybody else, but yeah, they're still stuck. We're watching on the replay. Ooh, Bob was able to finally get out of there. So Dino does have to give that back there. Man, he's going to be pulling his hair out, frustrated at the end of this one. Hopefully everybody settles down here. You know, I addressed it there at the beginning a little bit. This is kind of one of those tracks. It's got a lot of pinch points. People want to fight over the same line. You heard Marty talk about the high line is definitely the place to be, unless you specifically set your car up for the bottom. Not many people are willing to do that because it goes away so fast. You need the top. You need to carry that momentum. And so many people fighting for the same ground. That normally happens unless you can get 3 or 4 laps here to start a run and spread the field out a little bit and give some room for sliders. But I believe now, yeah, my eyes aren't failing me this time. Lights are off, so we'll be going green this time by. Should be getting ready to go on lap number 4 here, I think, when we take the green.
And yes, that is the case here coming up. So watch Reynolds here closely, see if he decides to throw a slider in.
Yeah, and Logan went early last time. Gonna hold him up this time, but it's gonna work just as well for him. Not as well for Dean though, as he's gonna be battling just to hold on to that 3rd spot. But he is gonna park it up there. He has
4 wide.
Whoa!
Oh my goodness!
Oh, 4 wide under the bridge.
Wow, what a save! We got one slow off the pace. I believe that may be Barker in the 513. It is. We keep on racing here for now. I don't know how they didn't wreck going 4 wide.
No, that's something that will never be accomplished again,
The yellow
considering
flag
we've
is
had
out.
cars spinning out by themselves and a heck of an effort from those guys, but it looks like maybe a problem for Kevin Fry here.
Yeah, he is spun in turn number 2, and I think there may have been some help from behind by, once again, the 713.
Yeah, just driving in a little hot. Kevin's doing what he needs to do, taking it easy down there on the bottom. That's how we've seen Anthony Morano and them master that low line tonight. But GC, Jake Henry just a little aggressive on corner entry. We'll give you a right on board with him here. That actually wasn't Jake Henry, so I clicked the wrong guy. We're just going to go back to live here, but he knows who he is. But man, these kind of races, you know, you think the leader loves this, but man, he just wants to get a rhythm in. There's nothing more frustrating than thinking you have a car that can walk away from these guys, and every lap they just get re-caught back up. But that was the third caution, so I believe it should be going single file from here on out.
I believe you are correct about that, Zach, so we will see what happens.
Could be good or bad, Marty. Could promote some train racing, but it could let the guys settle down here and eventually give us some overtakes, and that's definitely the angle we're going for here with this rule. But lights are off, and they are all single file around the high side of the track, so there'll be no passing before the start-finish line unless you do it on the high side. So there, Logan Wentz's field here at the lead the green.
Definitely gives the drivers near the front of the field the better advantage. If you're Bachman, you're probably in a much better spot than you were coming back to the restart last time out.
Yeah, he was so dependent on whether Dean got a good start or not to be able to hold on to second. He was able to hold on to it last time, but like you say, he controls his own destiny now. Here's Logan Wentz. Going to hold him up a little bit. Going to fire later this time. Doesn't get the great jump over Sam Bachman. Samuel Bachman's able to get a big jump over Dean Reynolds in third, so he might have room to make a move here if he wants to think about it.
Now watch Morano a little bit closely. First driver on the bottom, looking for fourth on Michael Vitale. Here's the thing with Morano. He likes to go where the drivers don't, and late in the race it normally works to his advantage, and he started 10th, I believe, tonight.
Yeah, he had a tough heat. Was involved in an accident on lap 2, but still was able to drive himself back up to P4. It shows how fast his car was. And his qualifying time, he did it on the bottom. And we'll have to see if that line stays there for him or not. But Logan Wentz out front, able to still lead your field here as we're on lap number 9, almost a third of the way through. He drives in real hard that time into turn 1, and Samuel Bachman's going to be able to maybe think about going low, but no, he thinks better, gets back in line.
And meanwhile, Morano did get 5th over Kelly Wheeler at the start-finish line, so he would love to have a caution go his way. Unfortunately, it won't. Wheeler now takes 5th back.
Yeah, Anthony does such a good job, as how you said. He puts the cars where the others don't, whether it's fastest or not. He's not willing to hang for 5th. He knows he's got a car that can win, and he's always trying to drive to the front. Right now, your hard chargers, Tyler Flynn, 831, currently up 6 spots in the 12th position. Jacob Brown behind him, also up 6 spots. He's going to be looking to get around him, but not too much going on here in the back. As the main battle is still Anthony Morano trying to work by Kelly Wheeler.
Caution.
Caution is out.
We got 3 around, I believe, in turn 3. Fry's one of the drivers involved, and the other 2 sideways are Regal and DeGood.
Let's see, right now Kevin Fry coming out of turn 2, comes up the track. Just get some help from behind. Maybe, he did make that right to pull up, maybe lift it a little earlier than Andrew intended. So it didn't look like there was too much malice behind it. Let's get into it. just to see how little time he had to react. Not too much time. He comes up over and he just lifts because he was running that bottom, and Andrew had been running the middle. Probably not the same lift point. Not much malice behind that. He even turns himself. It's lived to race another day, but I'm sure Kevin Fry is not happy.
Yeah, not been a good, not just race, but good past few weeks, I guess you could say, for the Flying Fry. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely seems like sometimes the racing gods find a way to equal things out.
But let's get back up to the front of the field. Wentz, again, has led every lap from the drop of the green. And right now, for the looks of things, is we're a third of the way through this race. It's just right now tough to pass here at the moment.
Yeah, it really is. You know, we're not on the World of Outlaws streak, Marty, but if they can get Logan Wentz off this pole, you know, we'll be going 4 for 4 with winners. So, not that I'm not rooting for Logan, but boy, am I a Dean Reynolds and Samuel Bachman fan right now.
Well, Full Throttle Motorsports, they know these setups pretty well through Swan Speed Shop, and so we'll have to see if they can find a way past the 118. As I believe we're coming back to green this time. Yes, the lights are off.
Yeah, Logan's done a good job with his restarts. Going in different areas, but right now, as you see, Samuel Bachman all over the back of him. Really ready to go whenever Logan goes. He's excited to get this thing going. As Logan does fire, able to get a pretty good gap for as close as Sam was. Maybe not the restart he wanted, maybe spun the tires a little bit, but Dean Reynolds got Michael Vitale peaking below him, and Anthony Morano peaking even lower. Anthony Morano's going to go back up top here in 3 and 4, maybe to get a big run. Try to look on the bottom under Michael, but Michael's going to go down to the bottom too and try to look under Dean for P3.
I thought for a moment he was going to go to the slide job, but because of that, Morano's got an opening to go for 4th position. Had some good bite down in the corner. It seems to me that Morano is better in 1 and 2 than 3 and 4.
Yeah, it just seems like he loses it all on exit there coming out of 4. Is Kelly Wheeler able to get back by?
Yeah,
all the advantage that he gets in 1 and 2, it just goes right out the window in 3 and 4.
And Wheeler actually took that position away at the start-finish line here. So Reynolds trying to get up to Bachman for 2nd, but look at this. Morano now slid up on Wheeler to take 5th back. That's where all the action is at the moment.
Yeah, 100%. I think Morano, he needs to.
Here we go.
Get up there, break the momentum, and now he can. Now he's got Dean Reynolds in his sight here for that final podium spot.
He needs to stay high in 3 and 4 and work low in 1 and 2. Again, like I said, he is good where nobody else is late in the going. There he goes. He's going to try low once again. I think Vitale and Wheeler know it's time to make the move.
Yeah, wow, man, he is on the move here. Dean Reynolds coming out of 2. You know, you'd think the car up high would be fast, but the run, caution is out.
Brandon Dittmer, Bob DeGood, all in turn 3.
Let's take a look at the Spider Monkey here in that yellow machine.
I think he just caught the opening down the back straight, and that just sent the car sideways in front of Jacob Brown. And then he catches the inside Jersey barrier, and Bob DeGood's also in it.
Yeah, big hit for John Morano, too. A tough break for him. He was able... Dude, he put it... when's the last time we saw John Morano qualify P3, man? He was a quick guy tonight, but tough luck in the heat. Got caught up in somebody else's mess, and then once again, nowhere he could go. There's that backstretch wall, man. That bites a lot of people, Marty.
So now, right now, looking at the 5-lap average time, Morano is without question the best car on the track at a 21.175. That's about 0.3 of a second better than other drivers when it comes to 5-lap average. So I feel like for Morano, he needs to have a medium to long run type race. Now, I feel like if he has a chance at it, maybe one caution in the next few laps. If he gets a caution later than that, and he's not out front, that may be his race possibly. But Morano has a big chance to take this one away from Logan Wentz.
Yeah, he really does. And, you know, a lot of his fate rests in Dean's hands. He kind of showed Dean his cards. He was in the middle of a pass on the bottom, and you see Dean even right now rolling around real slow on the bottom, maybe just seeing what's down there. And he's got to hope Dino doesn't shut that door going into turn one.
And that could get interesting. Maybe Dean, I don't know if he uses the rear view mirror, the virtual mirror, but he may have seen Morano downstairs there in 1 and 2, so Dean may be thinking that it's time to go to work possibly.
And that just shows, too, how good these Swan Speed setups are here. You can run them anywhere you want. Just mess around with the gear a little bit, maybe adjust the spring, and, man, they're fast anyway.
See Bachman on the tail of Wentz as we're coming back to green here. That's a later restart by Wentz than I expected. And that allows Reynolds to get on the back bumper of Wentz. And here we go. Where you expected this to happen. Reynolds, but went up the hill. 3 wide for second. Morano with a run.
Wow, fourth to second. Is he going to be able to complete it here? He's got to get the bumper in front of the nose here, else he's going to lose the momentum coming off of 4.
He's got second at the line here. That's a big move from the 32.
Yeah, huge move, and with the way he's been running 1 and 2 here, he should be able to clear him and finish the pass going up on the backstretch, and he is able to. Now he's got the 118 of Logan Wentz in his sights here with a full 11 laps to go here as they get 11 to go this time by.
Obviously, we know Morano is the best driver on the track, but somebody else to keep your eyes on.
Pass for the lead, Marty.
Here comes Morano.
Oh, not able to get it done there, but man, he may have made the mistake too. Now you see Logan Wentz able to run the bottom. Anthony did the same thing to Dean, but he gets such a better exit on the bottom.
Yeah.
But he showed him his hand, man.
He's just so good with the power on corner exit and turn 2. I don't know what it is. Now he's trying to go for the slide job. Wentz should still have the advantage here at the line by a door.
Going in the aerial cam, able to really see the gap. Oh, man, is he going to be able to complete it? He's going to show him the bumper.
Wentz trying to fight back with a counter, but I don't know if that's the place to be.
No, and you got to remember, he hasn't been running the bottom. Morano's been running the bottom and hasn't been able to get the bottom in 3 and 4 to work. It's time to pull away, Anthony.
Anthony's run away with that. The afterburners are already turned on, and just look at this race for third now. Bachman, Reynolds, Vitale, and Wheeler. Wheeler at one point was actually the fastest car on the track per 5-lap average.
Yeah, he's just got a lot of guys to fight through as they're clawing hard for that final podium spot. But Logan Wentz now maybe figuring something out behind Anthony as he did close down the gap there in 1 and 2, but just not that exit speed that Anthony has. He's going to have a lot of questions for him about that rear end gear. Dino thinking, nope, not able to get under him for third.
He got up to the quarter panel at one point on his teammate. That may actually cost him. Let's see what Vitale has in turn 2. Got a nice exit, though. Don't think he was able to pull up side by side, no.
No, and I think Vitale's in a tough spot because Dean is so close to Kelly that he can't throw a slider on Dean. And man,
Bachman.
Dean's going to look for it here.
Yeah,
Throw
Bachman
in,
got a little too high.
Oh,
Vitale!
No! Oh! Man, that took out 3 of our top 6 there. Wow, we got to take a look at that.
But yeah, what happened was Bachman got a little too high in turn 3 and 4. I think he may have even actually scraped the wall at one point. Allowed Dean to get a run. And then into turn 1, you see Dean throw the slide job. And now Vitale just said it came in way too hot. And then it was just stack up on back. Randall Dixon catching the back of another driver. I think it was the back of the 213. Oh my goodness.
Clean up aisle 2, Marty.
Absolutely clean up.
But now, Dino able to get P3. That's big for him. Is he gonna? Look, he's going up, revving at Anthony. You're gonna let him know, hey man, I'm coming for you here. But man, the drive Anthony Morano has put on is just phenomenal. Currently your hard charger and leader, up 9 spots, 10th to first. Doing it all on the bottom in the quote-unquote unpreferred line. You know, nobody really likes that here. Boy, he knew coming from 10th, he was going to have to make something else work. That's what he did. Made something else work, set up the car to run the bottom, and he did his own thing.
So we'll have 1 to green this time by, and now if you're Logan Wentz, what do you have at this point?
You know, Marty, other than a bump and run, I don't think you really have much. Because
Yeah,
Anthony's so good on the bottom in 1 and 2, so you're not going to get under him in 1 and 2. And it's so hard to make a pass on the bottom in 3 and 4. I just don't see anybody beating him.
Yeah, I don't think so either, unfortunately, you know. And Wentz is a very good 358 driver, but I just feel like turn 2 is where Morano wins this race.
Tell you what, though, Marty, I didn't think anybody was going to beat Truex last night either. So we'll see what happens here.
4-lap shootout to determine the winner.
Anthony Morano,
Green flag, green
pretty
flag.
good start from him. About the same gap to Logan as there is to Dean, so great start from the top 3. Dean's going to be the first car to throw it in up high.
Trying to get a gap on Matt Schaefer at the same time, though. Clips the wall. You have Dixon and Schaefer racing for 4th at the same time. 3 to go at the line. Look at Kevin Fry in the 21.
Yeah.
He was in an incident moments ago.
Been in 2 incidents tonight, and I mean, they're driving himself back up 8 spots from overall starting position. 2-8, heck of a drive from Kevin Fry, but meanwhile out front, Anthony Morano able to maintain about that 0.4 of a second gap. Logan not really able to do anything as Anthony's able to have the preferred line now in 3 and 4 as we're coming to 2 to go.
Patrick Spangler also racing Randall Dixon for the final spot in the top 5. I don't know if he's going to have anything to catch him, but right now everyone is watching Morano and Wentz for the race win. We're coming to the white flag.
Yeah, Logan's going to have to really throw it in here if he wants to get close enough to Morano to be able to maybe touch him in 1 and 2 and rough him up a little bit. So we'll have to see. Can he throw anything big on? Doesn't look like it. Got in the slick a little bit. Not going to get the run Anthony Morano has coming off the corner. It looks like Anthony Morano, he had him covered tonight. 10th to first. Going to take it to 4 for 4 this year. Going to be the 4th winner out of 4 races. Anthony Morano, your winner, followed by Logan Wentz, Dean Reynolds, Matt Schaefer, Randall Dixon, Patrick Spangler, Harold Klump, Kevin Fry, Kelly Wheeler, and Bob DeGood rounds out your top 10.
Phenomenal race here tonight at Williams Grove, and a great start to a Monday night once again, Zach. I am going to get set up for the Rebels while you chat with the top 3.
Sounds good, Marty. Man, we were treated to a phenomenal show here. What a drive from Anthony Morano. That's these guys, especially Dean, I'm sure when he gets in here, they'll have an appreciation for that, the way he was able to get it done and do it on the bottom. That was a heck of a drive here tonight from him. So we'll wait for these guys to get up here, and whenever Dean's in here, we'll pull him up. All right, Dean just got here. Let's go ahead and pull up one of the men of the hour here, Dean Reynolds, your P3 finisher. Dean, Zach in the booth, man. You got a coffee?
Going on, Shaggy.
Hey, man, dude, you were quick tonight. You were just kind of stuck up high a little bit, and it seemed like you maybe weren't getting the restarts timed exactly how you wanted it. But when you get some green flag, it seemed like you were the 3rd place car tonight. Talk to us a little bit about the race.
Yeah, my gearing, because I knew I was going to run the top, and I actually thought the top was going to stay there all race because the way it was building up during that third heat in the warm up. So I just geared it to run the top, which means you're not good for restarts. So, I just couldn't get that draw. And then I tried to go down low, and I can't make it stick. I mean, Anthony is, we talked about this before. He is so good down low. And I heard him down low, and that restart, that second to last restart, I said, well, I'm going to go try to go down low because I figured Logan and Sam were going to stay up high. And I just slid right into the middle, and there goes Anthony underneath me. There goes Sam on the outside of me. And I said a few four-letter words, and I said that didn't work.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, it looked good. That 3-wide battle for second. I kind of called that. I said that it was bad caution for Anthony. He kind of showed you his cards. You got to see that he peeked down to the bottom there, and I had a feeling you were going to go off and try it because that was your one shot at second. But, man, you had a good run tonight, and nothing wrong with a P3. That's a good points night for you. So you got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, no, I gotta thank the guys from Full Throttle Motorsports. With the open setup here and Swan Speed Shop. I mean, again, that's the Swan Speed Shop base set. That's all I run at the tracks here. I just change a little bit of gear. I put in a 530 gear, and maybe I should have had a little bit more, but that's what I did. So I gotta thank him. And hold on, let me turn that down. I got to thank you, Shaggy, and who the heck's in the booth with you? Is it Marty? Yes, you and Marty for doing it.
Marty gave us some feature, but he's setting up for when we do the switch here.
Gotcha. So I got to thank you guys for doing that, and thank the guys from Coast to Coast for giving us a place to play, and it was just a lot of fun. I like Williams Grove. You know that we've talked. I salivate when it comes to Williams Grove, and I thought I might have had something for him, but congrats to Anthony. Anthony is a beast down low, and Logan has turned into a beast up top, and I just got to get a little better.
Yeah, man. Well, if you got to get a little better, I got to get a lot better because that was a hell of a run tonight, Dino, and nothing to be upset about finishing third behind these two. That's for sure.
No, there is not, and they're two of the best, and we'll take the third. It's a podium, and I've been a little bad luck here with the modifieds lately, so it's the first podium I've had in a while. So I'm glad to be talking to you, my friend.
Well, once again, Dean, congrats, man, and hopefully I'm talking to you again here later in the sprint cars.
Thank you, dude.
Yep, take it easy, Dean. It's Dean Reynolds, your third place finisher. Let's go ahead and bring up the man who he led most of your race tonight, but man, Anthony Morano was so fast. Logan, talk to us a little bit about the race.
Well, it was quite fun. I love running with Sam and all these guys. They always race clean. I know Tony's fast on the bottom, so it was inevitable he was going to get there eventually.
Yeah, it seemed like, Anthony, I mean, he got it done. It's like you said, he's so good on the bottom. Only a matter of time, but he got untimely cautions for him. Dean talked to us a little bit about it. Caution came out right as he was passing Dean for third there. So Dean got a chance to go down and try the bottom. Same thing happened to Anthony when, he tried passing you. And on the restart, I noticed you went to the bottom. Did you just have trouble holding the bottom, or were you just too high a gear? Did you need to run the top?
I had a little trouble holding the bottom in the beginning. I was entering a little too hard trying to keep up with Anthony, and he mentioned something about just slowing down through 1 and 2, and it worked a lot better. But he had a little higher gear than I did. I didn't have enough to get off the bottom.
Yeah, that makes sense, and I'm glad you say that because a lot of drivers don't think that, Logan, but you'd be amazed at sometimes how much, if you drive in the corner a little slower, man, how much you kick butt on that exit. And, when you got behind Anthony, it did seem you learned a little bit of his tricks, but, dude, he was just too quick and kind of stole that one from you tonight. But that was a good run for second, man. You got anybody you want to thank?
I really thank Castleberry Flagstone for keeping me employed each week. JT Screen Printing, Moreno Racing, the boys over at FTM for helping me week in and week out. You guys for putting the broadcasts on. Coast to Coast for giving these guys a place to race each week, and all the people at home for watching.
Well, Logan, congratulations, man. Good points night for you, and hopefully I talk to you again next week.
I'm hoping so. I'm happy I'm starting to be up here more often.
Yeah, man, this is always a good place to be. Hopefully I can find myself up here a little bit when I'm not broadcasting.
Well, we'll get there eventually. It took me a long time to get here.
Yep. Well, congratulations, Logan, and like I say, hopefully I talk to you next week, man. Congratulations. Let's go ahead and bring up your winner here. You know, he's kind of used to being on the podium this season. He's 4 for 4 now, but able to pull off his first win. Anthony Morano, man, congratulations.
Thanks, buddy.
Dude, yeah, I mean, once again, I probably sound like a dang broken record, man. But dude, you're the only guy who got that bottom to hook up. How'd you do it?
A lot of patience on the throttle and an amazing setup from Swan Speed Shop.
Well, man, you know, it definitely speaks a lot about that setup. Logan, do you guys sit in a Discord together?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that explains a little bit, because he was telling us how you were trying to explain to him you just need patience on corner entry. Explain to us a little bit about that.
I know, like, especially my dad, he's not the most opportunistic person to use the brakes on entry, but when he does, he's really fast here. But I mean, I use a ton of brakes going into each corner. I'm trying to run the bottom, but especially in 1 and 2, I damn near lock them up, trying to get the car to stay straight and everything, and just let the car, do its thing through the corner, let the chassis roll, J-bars do their job and launch out, and just be real careful rolling back into the throttle. And it seems like I'm watching, I'm looking around as I'm getting through the field there and see everyone's up on the cushion. I'm like, all right, guys, I'll take the bottom and I'll come through. But just turn 4 on the bottom, there was really nothing there. I had to start getting a little aggressive and throwing like a middle slider line there to try to keep the momentum up. But I mean, the big trick to this place. If you can get the bottom to work in 1 and 2, you're going to be fast.
Well, congratulations, Anthony, man. Heck of a points night there with points leader not being here tonight. You should take over the points lead, I'd imagine. So congratulations on that. But you got anybody you want to thank on the win tonight?
I got to thank my wife, Sherry, my teammates at Full Throttle Motorsports, Dean at Super Dirt Car, Logan at High Mom Lens, Gunner and Swan Speed Shop. I mean, that's the reason why I'm up front every week in these things, man. His digs are insane. You got to go over there and get them. FTM 10, you get 10% discount on the setups over there. DJ Sim Shop, MDI TV, Expert Installation, griphack.com. You guys for doing the broadcast number to Coast to Coast.
Well, Anthony, congratulations on the win, man, and hopefully I talk to you next week.
All right, buddy. Thanks a lot.
Yep, take it easy, man. Well, that's going to do it here for the 358 Opens. We're going to do a quick stream change between me and Marty, and we'll be back here at Williams Grove for our Rebels Sprint Car action here in a couple minutes. So stick around.